First, you probably have to get a sleeping bag because it's going to take about another 30 years to explain the last 30 years. But I will say, first and foremost, I can't believe that I'm actually standing here 30 years after the creation of the Turtles, talking to all you fine people about turtles. It's fantastic. A lot of people don't know that actually my favorite story is the first Ninja Turtle ever drawn was Michelangelo. So he's my favorite. But I also love telling stories about Raphael. But Peter and I started out the whole concept as a joke. We love Bruce Lee, we love martial arts. We always thought it'd be funny, like, what if Bruce Lee was an animal? What would be the silliest animal would be appropriate for Bruce Lee as a joke? So we picked the Ninja Turtle. We picked a turtle, and it became the Ninja Turtle. And from that idea, we had our love of comic books. We grew up like a lot of you kids today. We read comic books, we wanted to draw comic books, and so when we started telling the first adventure of the Turtles, we put all the things that we loved about comic books that we read into the Turtles, which is why the Turtles' origin is a lot like Daredevil and a lot of our favorite Chris Claremont. I mean, the New Mutants is where the mutant came from. Our good friend Dave Cerebus, Dave Sin, who created Cerebus, he was a big inspiration for us parodying Frank Miller and all that. But the main idea came out of a love of martial arts, a love of drawing comic books, and our love of comic books, and we came up with the dumbest idea that we didn't think would sell one single copy of the book. And again, here we are 30 years later, still talking about turtles. It's hard to imagine that you've done 300 animation episodes originally, we did 3 movies, we've done animated movies, we did a live action TV series, and now we're back working with Nickelodeon, doing a new Turtles TV series, which hopefully you guys have seen. It's fantastic. Yeah, that's actually it's a kind of a funny digression is that Ciro Neely, who was the executive producer on the new animated series, grew up. His father owned a pizza place in Philadelphia. He grew up eating pizza, watching Turtles, drawing comic books, and now he's executive producing the new Turtles TV show, and he's doing an absolutely fantastic job. I mean, I really think he took it back from what he saw as the original concept. Most of his character designs to me come from the very first Turtles cover, the wider legs and the skinnier arms and the goofiness that they were. And he put his love of what he grew up watching, all those cartoon shows and all those movies, and putting it into what he's making, I think, the coolest animated show I've seen in a long time. It's fantastic to be part of it. And if you haven't seen it and you haven't heard, I did the voice of Ice Cream Kitty. Yeah. I wanted to do a voice in the animated series, and I told Ciro, I said, if I did a voice, I wanted to be kind of like what George Clooney did when he did South Park. He was a dog, whoop, whoop. And so I said, I want to do something silly. And Courtney and I were in San Diego last year, and they were showing some of the new characters, and one of the ones that they unveiled was Michelangelo finds a cat, which goes back to the original Michelangelo Christmas story that we did, Peter and I did back in the day, when Michelangelo found this cat called Clunk. So Michelangelo finds this cat, and it accidentally eats mutagen, and then which is mixed with ice cream, and he becomes a cat mutated and made of ice cream. And I stood up and I said, that's the voice, that's what I want to do, I want to be Ice Cream Kitty. And so I did the voice of Ice Cream Kitty that came out a couple of weeks ago, and it was a blast. I can't wait to wear a t-shirt that says, I am Ice Cream Kitty. Courtney's going to wear a shirt that says, I'm with Ice Cream Kitty. So look for that at your local Target store. The other exciting thing that happened this week, I don't know if you guys saw the new Turtles movie trailer. It's fantastic. I know that there's a lot of questions, a lot of concern, a lot of doubt. I mean, everybody's this Michael Bay hater and all this stuff, but I'll tell you that I've read the script, I've seen it, I did a cameo in the movie. The action is incredible. Jonathan Eastman did a great job. I think it's a version of the Turtles that is a little bit different than the ones you know, but at the same time, every version of the Turtles that we've seen so far has been a slightly different version of what Peter and I originally created. When you look at the original Mirage Studios comic book, they were edgier, it was a little darker. I mean, in issue 2 we have them drinking beer. When we adapted those into the kids' animated show, we knew that we were writing specifically for a younger audience, so we changed a lot of things, we changed the origin, and that was a version of the Turtles that most of you guys got to know initially. And then, you sort of take a step from the animated series and the black and white comic to the first Turtle movie, which Steve Barron did. He actually took his favorite parts of the original black and white series and the animated series and mixed it into his version of the Turtles. We've since done, Turtles live action show, which Venus came out of, which some people like, some people don't. I like Venus. I'll create Venus. The most recent animated movie, and Peter worked on a Fox Kids series in the early 2000s, which was edgier, harder, more towards the original comic books. And here we are now. Zero's doing a new version of the Turtles for Nickelodeon. We have the new Michael Bay movie coming out, and I work for IDW these days, doing another version of the Turtles comic book, which we've had a blast on. We actually changed a bunch of things there too, and we were actually a little nervous that, originally Splinter named the Turtles in the comic series, and our comic series, April names the Turtles, and we changed a bit of the origin. And the fans, I was waiting for them to come to my house and burn the place down, but you guys actually embrace the series. We've just had an absolute blast. We're 33 issues in. Tom Waltz and I and the incredible team at IDW are working past Turtles issue 50, and we've got a lot more exciting things coming up. And it's just amazing. Again, this is this May 5th of this year will be officially the exact date that Peter and I sat in a very small comic convention in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and released the first issue of the Turtles. So it's officially the 30th anniversary of the Turtles. And I can't believe it.